Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy full moon coming in. Waiting for Instagram to pick up this live. Here we go. If you are tuning in to this from Facebook or Instagram, sometimes it pops up the comments in the live chat, but if you want to be in the heat of it all, the love of it all, join us on YouTube, so I can see your comments immediately and answer your private questions at the second half of Pop-Up Tarot Live. Happy Lionsgate. Hi, Carol. Hi, my love. How are you? Guess what, Carol? There's another Carol not 15 feet from me. She's in the bedroom. She's having a sneeze attack. My mom is here. We're having so much fun this week. Just a few announcements before we get started. My Platonic Sound program is available for purchase. You can purchase it a la carte for one element for 111 if you want to sample the work to see if it's a fit for you. And then if you choose, hi Wesley, if you choose to purchase the entire program, I will put that a la carte toward the discounted price of $444 for the entire program. So there's that gift of awesomeness for y'all. Yay. Yeah, my mom, we're having so many Mercury retrograde issues, and my mom knows like 2 days before Mercury goes into shadow, and she's like, what's Mercury doing? So she's hesitant to get on the chat. I'm like, Mom, it'll be fine. We're holding the field. Anyway, everybody feeling all of these energies. Wow, we've got this grand trine and air activating us. We've got Pluto and the moon in Aquarius, up to Uranus, over to Mars in Libra that just ingressed this week, trining back to Pluto. And so this is the opportunity for us to, with the moon in Aquarius, be detached from the feelings, with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, for us to transform the Aquarius consciousness in an emotionally detached way so that we can surrender. It's going to be happening at about 4 a.m. Eastern time. So we can surrender those feelings that the irony of Aquarius is that it's an air sign, but it is bearing water. What does water represent? Emotions, right? So this full moon is an opportunity for us to detach from our feelings so that we can carry them in a more conscious way in order for us to elevate our consciousness, our frequency with that grand trine in air. And our ego is probably like, but what about all my friends? Well, some of our friends are coming with us and some of them aren't. And if they fill us up, they come with. If they're not, thank you so much. So full moons are where we're releasing. Yep. Thank you. I'm already getting yelled at, y'all. We're already getting, hi, Kathy. Yeah, these energies are intense. And if you celebrate Lionsgate, we've been in so many portals. In my opinion, Lionsgate is happening from today and forevermore. So, going about little rattling out of all that less than energy, clearing the space, shaking out any looseness from the nervous system so that we can take in more of that organic mother plasma consciousness. Yep. Whew. And allowing our feelings to reveal to us what is ready to be let go of. Oh, interesting. Well, I thought one thing, and God, Mother, Father, God, Universe has another thing in heart. So we are going to be getting right to it. Yeah, mom's here. Mom's here. She's afraid to get on and chat. Bonjour, Elena. Yeah, it's intense. Folks that I've talked to, I've had several prayer circles going on in the last 12 hours. And this morning's, now that the sun is starting to already oppose the moon, getting ready for the full moon apex, stretching it. What's our heart desire? What are our feelings telling us about it? Um, this morning's was much more crunchy than last night's, and my dream realm and sleep patterns have been wacko all week. So we've got a lot going on. So let's get into it. Yeah. Uh, I have 15 conversations going on in my head right now, and they're all great. Oh, I love everyone saying hi. I love coming together with you all on these days. Thank you so much. If you get a chance to, remember to like, subscribe, and share to my YouTube channel. Thank you. If you're watching it elsewhere, it will get deleted in 30 days. Okay, one more shuffle. Shuffle off to Asheville. There's that intention, God. Yeah, so full moons we are releasing. Yeah. Whoo! Holy moly. This deck is stacked. Let's get into it. All right, Aries. We've got this full moon in Aquarius apexing 3:55 a.m. Eastern time. And we've got Mercury going direct on Monday. What a weird retrograde, man. I know so many that are over it and so many that are crunchy. There's a lot going on. And, yeah, thank you. I was in a circle this morning, and I am not one to spiritual bypass at all. But I had mentioned that, remaining neutral with our masculine and feminine intact is super important with everything that is coming at our consciousness. And using that discernment, like, oh, this is really irritating me. What's that going to do? It's going to lower your frequency. Stop watching it. I'm not saying put your head in the sand. I am the last person that's going to tell you to put your head in the sand, because I've looked in that sand and to the core of Gaia and all the miscreations that have been going on, and I'm done with this game. But if you're noticing you're getting super crunchy by observing what you're watching, then shut it off and go for a walk in nature. That's not bypassing, it's choosing a higher frequency. We all know there's a lot of shenanigans going on. Time's up. Bye. Okay, that's all. I'm a little fired up about that one. All right, everybody. So here we go for this full moon in Aquarius, Mercury retrograde, grand trine in air, Uranus in it, ruler of Aquarius. Let's glow. Aries for this week ahead. Aries. Ooh, Aries. Aries, did I pull this for you last week? The gift. Okay, Aries, what is the gift of all the last 2 years of transformations that you've gone through? What is the gift of your element, your fire element? Transmute. What are your gifts, Aries, of leadership, of sovereignty, of taking that new role? We've got Uranus or Saturn and Neptune coming down to that I love myself degree. What do you love about yourselves, Aries? So the gift that you have to offer in leading in new ways, leading in innovative ways, right? For some of you, this full moon may be sextiling your sun. So that's a positive activation. It's going to be sextiling most of you. So, what is the gift of what you are innovating for sovereignty, for the freedom of humanity, and stepping into a new leadership role? This is interesting. They're tuning into the inner child here. The sun is in Leo, and that's trining you as well, Aries. So, what is your heart telling you that you couldn't do before that you can do now in a new way? It's a gift, not a curse, right? So, you're being asked to use that wisdom with it anchored in your heart, with that groundedness, and to start bringing that forth one step at a time, Aries, one step at a time. Okay, Taurus for this full moon in Aquarius, a week ahead, Taurus. Whoa, here's my humble pie. Shape shifting. Y'all, I have shape shifted myself into so many different things. I've been carpooling. I've been daughtering it, I've been momming it, I've been goddessing it, I've been supporting it, I've been gritting it. I've been pulling all of my gifts out of my toolbox so that I can shapeshift quite literally. And this is us for the week ahead, Taurus, like Tauruses were such materializers, manifestors, bringing that consciousness into this now, this groundedness, this new earthness. So, whatever tools come up to heart in this full moon and week ahead, go ahead and use it. Go ahead and put it in there because it's something that is unlocking and innovating a new way for you to bring that manifestation into beingness. Even though reality is ruled by Virgo, but that's going to be trining that consciousness. So, shape shifting. Oh my gosh, I was totally thinking this card for myself last night. So, yeah, I'm feeling it. Shape shifting. And we've got the Merkaba in there. It's all about the heart, Taurus. If it makes your heart sing, go for it. And we've got the moon and the sun in that card. Woo! I'm getting a lot of information on that card. Gemini for this week ahead. Gemini. Gemini. Ooh, all right, Gemini. Initiation. Initiation, Gemini. There's another Merkaba in the tree of life here, grounding it in the circle of light here with initiation. Gemini, this is a potent opportunity. It's going to be trining some of you with the moon, and Pluto's probably trining that initiation. Gemini, you're getting initiated into a new way of, especially with Uranus in this grand trine as well, using the higher forms of communication with more consciousness in heart, right? Uranus is the higher octave of your ruler Mercury, which is still retrograde. It's going to go direct on Monday, the 11th. But using these two in tandem so that you can innovate communication to be the creation vibration it's meant to be, right? So using our words consciously. And that's an initiation for you to play, Gemini. Y'all love to talk, 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 talk. And that's not a bad thing. It's a gift. So anything that you are witnessing that is imploding on itself is obviously something that's not helping you formulate your communication in the highest frequency of ways. And if that shaking out is really shifting in your outer world, remember to go in and be like, okay, how can I get more to the heart so that you're grounded in your heart for this initiation process this week, Gemini? Wow, y'all, we got some powerful cards coming in. Okay, Cancer. Mom, are you listening? Cancer for this week ahead. Cancer. Whoa, we got Yeshua here. Yeshua. All right, Cancers, forgiveness. All right, so what's coming up here? It's like, oh, okay, first and foremost, Jupiter is now at the second decan, which is one on one relationships. It's going to retrograde back to the first decan. So, Cancer, with this forgiveness energy, the Ho'oponopono prayer is really good. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Placing your hand on your heart, doing it first for yourself, Cancer, then you can do it for those that have transgressed against you. And it's like, oh, I played a part in this as well, just to make sure that victim consciousness doesn't come in, right? And then being like, oh, I played a role in that. I wasn't perfect, because it's in the one-on-one relationships. We all play a role. And we still have Saturn and Neptune conjuncting in Aries. So we all have to take responsibility for the roles that we, beknownst or unbeknownst to us, played part in those roles. So this is a beautiful picture of Jesus saying, where can we you, Cancer, forgive others, but starting with yourself first and foremost for this full moon in Aquarius this week ahead. And the Ho'oponopono prayer is always super good. The short version of that again is I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. And the sun is in your second house here. So with the moon opposing it, it's all about what can your heart surrender about your worthiness, Cancer, so that you can clear space for more awesomeness. All righty. Uh, Leos, happy birthday, Leo. All righty. This is the full moon letting go of that which does not serve your heart. Happy birthday, Leos. For yeah, it's here. I'm like, is that sure? Oh, okay, Leo. All right, Leo, you are being asked to use. All right. So it's a spiritual, I sense kind of full moon. Okay, so I've been sensing that my heart is not happy with these feelings in certain relationships, Leo. And what healing tools do you have in your healing box that you can use this full moon doing a ceremony? Okay, this is hitting you most, Leos and Aquarians. So, writing down all that doesn't serve you. This is a good full moon ceremony for all of us. Writing down all those things that no longer serve us emotionally, that are preventing us from keeping our frequency high, which is preventing us from being in our hearts. But writing it down and making sure that we use the element of air, Aquarius, and blow the flames out. Yes, Kathy, thank you. I did forget about my QR code. If this is supporting you and you wish to support me to continue supporting you, I appreciate your donations. And we will take donations to or questions for you personally at the second half of the stream. So yeah, Leos, you're being asked to use the tool healing tools in your toolbox for this full moon this weekend. All right, and week ahead. All right, Virgos for this week ahead. Virgos for this full moon in Aquarius. Woo! All right, Virgos. You are being asked to release that which does not serve your highest abundance. Abundance. What are you doing to honor your worth, Virgo? We've got the abundance. It's the beautiful white buffalo here, and it's got these beautiful. There's a maiden here looking at a cross in the distance, and this cross is actually turning into a spiral with a staircase. Interesting. So Virgos, there's more ways to create your abundance, and they're saying it's not just money. What is making you feel worthy this week, Virgo? Because if it's not making you feel worthy, you may be being asked to let some things go, to reorganize. We've got that South Node. We're getting ready for eclipse season for your birthdays this year. So, Virgos, what abundance are you ready for? What abundance are you ready for this week, Virgo? And there may be some emotional and spiritual work requiring you to let something go so that you can create more space for that abundance to come in. All right. Libras for this full moon. Welcome to Mars in your sign, Libras. Oh my gosh, and Mars, it's here for the first time since all those eclipses. So we're getting the final cut on some of these relationships, y'all. Ooh, okay. Wow. All right. Well, Libras, and that's the truth. We have the truth card here. I love that she's holding a sphere of pink, that unconditional love. And the truth is, we've all, been conditioned when it comes to right relationship, whether it's, with a divine feminine counterpart, divine masculine counterpart, Where is the divine neutrality in you, Libra? Because as Mars continues to move through Libra, and this is for all of us because we all witnessed those eclipses in Libra and Aries a few years ago, where many of us did lose relationships. So we would have more of our own sovereignty and freedom because, we can outgrow people. And that's just the truth of what happens in this process. And it's okay. We can let those relationships go. And these can be relationships that we've had with ourselves. Like, oh, I used to be this way with myself, and I'm so done treating myself that way. I'm ready for a more integrated process. And that's just the truth. So allowing the acknowledgement of, wow, I'm just not the same person anymore. And this relatedness, with myself, is reflecting in my relationships. And that's just the truth of the situation, accepting that and saying, thank you so much. This is just no longer a fit for me. Whether it's romantic, business, or something that you are working on letting go in a relatedness with yourself. Mars is still at the first degree, so we're all going to be witnessing this in the Mars transit through Libra. All right, Scorpios. Scorpios for this week ahead. Scorpios for this full moon coming in the next almost 12 hours. Oh, all right, Scorpios, you are being asked to persevere. We've got the perseverance. Okay, Scorpios, no matter how hard you think something might be, remember, Scorpios, Mother, Father, God, universe never gives us more than we can handle. Okay, so even if it's really hard, Scorpio, the perseverance card reminds us, just keep on going. Keep on going. You're doing great, Scorpios. You're stronger than you realize. And remember, Mother, Father, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And if there's something that you've wanted to do forever and a day, just because it's not here yet, doesn't mean it's not going to happen, right? So that's the strength of perseverance. Just because it's not here now doesn't mean it can't be. Oh, Kathy, you're feeling that too. Yeah, just keep on, like, even if it's once a day, putting your consciousness on it. Just because it's not here now doesn't mean it can't be. Just remember to focus on it 10, 15 minutes a day. Like, I know you're still going to happen. You're still in my field. You're still in my dream realm. You're not here today, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Right. And if it's here, it's meant to be. Okay. All right. Oh, big hugs for you, Scorpio. Big hugs for you, Scorpio. All right. We've got Sagittarius next. Sagittarius for this full moon ahead. Whew. Sagittarius says you might need to go shake a tail feather this weekend. Yeah, Sagittarius, y'all have been intense. I'm not going to lie. It's like you're like, where's this? And Jupiter in Cancer is it's exalted there. It's like having a great time. We've got Venus there in Cancer now as well. And Jupiter, like, if you're not feeling it, if you're not vibing it this full moon in Aquarius, set it down. Set it down and get into your own organic rhythm of all of your creations, And if you need to go out and shake a tail feather, shake off that looseness. Gosh, Sagittarius, you are being asked to go out and have some fun this weekend. Go out dancing, get in touch with your own rhythm, your own frequency, and have some fun. Talk to some folks, Sagittarius. All right, Capricorns for this full moon in Aquarius week ahead. Capricorns, Capricorns, Capricorns. Whew, all right, Capricorns. Well, y'all got some grief work to do. Yeah. Well, you got Pluto in your second house. You've got this full moon in your second house, and you're being asked to get to the root of some really hard feelings that have been preventing you from creating business as usual. There is no more business as usual. There is nothing as usual anymore for any of us. So, Capricorns, you're being asked to get to the root of this. You're such a hill climber and such a but there's something that many of you have felt is preventing you and blocking you, and it's the grief. So a lot of us are losing identities of how we used to be, or how we used to manifest, or what we used to create, so there is grieving in that identity shift that's happening for a lot of us. There's no going back for any of us. So Capricorns, you've got some emotional work to get in touch with that grief this week. So go get a Kleenex and some sage and some sad music. All right, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Happy quote unquote anti birthday and full moon in you, Aquarius, for this week ahead. Whoa, that went to a different place. Whoa, all right, Aquarius. We got some intensity coming to these latter parts of the zodiac. Yeah. All right, Aquarius. What is the false evidence appearing real? What fear have you been feeding, Aquarius? What fear have you been feeding? This is a 16-degree full moon in you. So, what are you loving about what you're opening up to? And you are having a sense of fear. All right. So we've got Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, hence the perseverance for y'all. But it's for all of us, digging down deeper to what we're so afraid of. You got to look at it. There's no getting around. There's only going through, Aquarius. So look at it. Get a fork and a knife out. Get yourself a fancy plate and cut into it. Have a chew, swallow it, and be like, wow, that one, oh, and that makes me feel this. Okay, there you go. And then you might want to throw it up. Sorry, Aquariuses. There's no sugarcoating this one. And it's there for a reason. Face it. Having to do some tough ones here. All right, Pisces, let's see what's up for you. All right, Pisces. Yep, there's a crunch in the air for all of us. Rice Krispies. All right. Pisces for this full moon in Aquarius. Ooh, all right, Pisces. You've got Kuan Yin, the beautiful fertility card. Look at her. She is incubating all of her creations. You know, this is not full moons are typically not a great time. They're a great time to release the inner work, but new moons is really when you want to initiate things, Pisces. So you're still in the incubation and the fertility phase of, okay, for women, like, when we're pregnant, we get the weirdest cravings. Oh, my body and the baby must need this. I'm going to eat another dark chocolate peanut butter cup. Dark chocolate is the food of the gods. It activates your pineal gland, and what else can go into what you're creating, Pisces, to make it more fertile, to make it more abundant, to make it more, oh, this is versatile, to make it more open, more receptive, more fertile, right? So that's what's coming in for you this week, Pisces. So just keep putting it in there. Keep putting it in there until the perfect divine timing activates for you to release it. And it's feeling like it's going to come in Virgo season for a lot of you Pisces as you bring your dreams into reality. All right, folks. That is, wow, right on time. That is the 12 signs for this full week ahead. If you have a personal question, do type question in all caps and type your question in the chat. Question, all caps, and then your question. And I'm happy to answer it and fulfill that for you as I wait for those questions to come in. Yeah. All right, Osho. All right. Yes, if you thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you, sister. I feel you feeling that. I love you. We're all doing great. Oh man, has this weather been wild this week? Like it went from sweltering, cook your brains last Friday to here it's time to drop 20 degrees. Here's some rain, freeze your balls off. And it's so crazy. My mom's visiting and we haven't gotten to go to the pool all week. We've had such a great time doing other things, and we're going to the pool after this. I'm so excited. All right. Okay. All right. So Osho is wanting to participate as I wait for any personal questions that wish to be expressed. Yep, I know, asking it in all different ways. All right. I would like a general masculine card for the divine masculine for this week ahead. Full moon in Aquarius for the collective. Divine masculine for the week ahead. Okay. Okay, Mother, Father, God. Divine feminine for this week ahead. Okay, that one was like very sticking out. And what can we do to bring those consciousnesses into a neutral point this week? All right, divine masculine. I see your question. Oh, interesting. Didn't we pull this last week? I swear we did. All right, divine masculine, opening up and receiving. And it's an emotional card, divine masculine. There's no more forcing. There's opening up, feeling the feelings with our divine masculine because they need to be respected, honored, integrated so that we can get out of the heads, open up to the feelings, and open up to receive, which is very feminine, right? And we pulled this for the divine masculine this week. That's the flip. That's the flip. Receive, receive, receive. Receptivity. Feel the feelings for our divine masculine. And all of our divine masculine has been programmed and shwanabuda bebopped in no bueno ways. That was a play on not lyrics, but words. Spitting them out. I can't wait for Mercury to go direct on Monday. So, yeah, honoring the feelings of the divine masculine so the masculine can receive the emotional healing needed. That's a big one. All right, feminine. Another, wow. All right, divine feminine. We've got the turning in card. Another, it's a 4. It's another emotional card. Okay, where do our Mercury stationing at 4 as well in Leo? So, when we go outside of ourselves, instead of trusting our own feelings that have been asking us to feel them quite literally, so we know where they belong in us for us. So we stop hearing all these outer voices telling us what to do. We know what to do. We know what to do, and really working these retrogrades of Saturn and Neptune for the I love myself and love myself some more, because that's grand trining Mercury. And it's been trining, it's not trining exactly anymore, but like trining into the mind. Get out of the mind, into the feelings, into the heart, receive the feelings. And there is such a thing as too many cooks in the kitchen. When we're constantly asking so many people outside of us for their input, it can shift us. That's how we've been programmed to take outside in. No, this ascension process is inside out. What do you feel about it? What does our feminine feel about it? Okay, so it's a big deal. All right, what are we going to do this week to bring them into balance? Oh, shit. Sorry. I got three big questions. I'm coming in hot. All right, y'all. We cannot bury anything anymore. This is the suppression card. We all have been doing so much work and we're crushing it. And this is the beginning. Everybody's feeling the crunch in the air. Everybody's feeling huge shifts in the air. Is it going to be easy? Sometimes. Is it going to be hard? Sometimes. But this is the inner work that we have to address, the suppression. We've all done it. We've all done it. No judgment. Earth is a challenging place, and we all got chosen to come here for this time. So we've got to do the inner work. Stop suppressing it. You know it's there. Look at it, chew on it, address it. Don't suppress it. Feel it, blah, throw it up. That's what's going to bring the balance in. Okay. Whew, it's going to be a tough one. And remember, when you do that work, you are literally helping the collective and the ascension process, helping us all get there faster. It's amazing. All right, we got some questions coming in. All right, question from Mike. Oh, we got a lot of questions. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks, guys, ladies, gentlemen. Question: what do I need to know about the JOB? Yeah, I know. I was feeling that for you. Oh, that's interesting. I think these got called in for you last week too. It's Brittany's deck. It's Brittany's deck. I like her deck for you, Kathy, because it's simple. It's simple, so your mind can come up. The mind is a tool. I forget what I was watching. The mind loves to problem solve. So let's give your mind something simple to chew on about the job, the job, the JOB, the joy on board, the job, the job, the joy on board. That's funny. That's funny for my Kathy. The job. Uh-oh. Well, Kathy, unleash your inner wild child. Get up and dance. Unleash your inner wild child. Get up and dance. It's funny, Kathy, they're showing that you've been like, the solution to something that would make it so much easier. It's definitely out of the box from how they pedantically want to do it. And your inner child is like, girl, you know the answer. You got to get up and express that. Yes, yes, yes. So, and that's the practice with the JOB, right? Learning to express your heart, because your heart knows, inner child knows, like, this is so pedantic. This is such a waste of time. And it's not just a waste of time for you. If it's a waste of time for you, it's a waste of time for others. So you're being asked to unleash your inner wild child, because she's got ideas, and share them, express them. Like, all right, how can I express this without getting fired? Very eloquently. But there's something that you've known is a waste of time for you, and it can be done in an easier, more fun way that they're not seeing, and you're being asked to express that, and let that, and do it in a fun way. Like, guys, I was doing this and this and this, and this is what I experienced, and what if we did it this way? Like, what if is an invitation. What if we did it this way? My son used to watch this cartoon, and they come across a problem, and it's like, well, what if we did this? What if, and it's an invitation to come out and play. And that's the Leo, right? That's the Leo consciousness we're all in. So unleash your inner wild child, get up and dance. All right, Kathy, I'm intrigued to see how that lands. All right, moving on to the next question. Interesting. Hi, Carol. Again, I love you. Okay. I've experienced a rapid sequence of physical and spiritual activations just prior to and right after my solar return. Yeah. What is the deeper message spirit is guiding me towards now? Sherilyn wants to come in for this one. She's a bit deeper. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Subconscious purge for the conscious activation based in your heart, Leo sister. Okay. What is this that Carol witnessed around her solar return? And what is spirit? What are you guiding her toward? What are you guiding her toward? Woo! This is interesting. Higher choices. Higher choices. The higher choices one is interesting. It's like you've known that you've been making choices from that same point, Carol, and you've been getting nudges that, "Oh, I feel like I could do it that way, but I should do it this way." Like, literally, I feel like I could do it, like, and that's your heart saying, like, "I feel like I could do it this way." And then what you're coming out of, the subconscious purge, is the "I should do it this way," right? So that's what's on both sides of your heart, right? And it's saying, make the higher choice that the heart is asking for, right? The higher choice that the heart is asking for. And there, I'm going back to what I pulled for the masculine and feminine and the suppression. There's one thing, Carol, that you know you've had to do that you just haven't wanted to do because it brings in that should, but it's actually not a should, it's a I have to. That's really deep, sister. However, once you do what you have to, it opens up the flow for the ability of how you could do it, which is more expressive and more fun. And that's going to lead to more ease for the higher choice, right? And that's interesting. So there's an energy around this, Carol, that is the heaviness of it. And what they're saying is the has to be done doesn't mean that it can't be done. This is complicated, Carol. This is deep. Doesn't mean that it the should of it can't have I feel like it could be, right? But just the addressing of I have to take care of this one thing you've not wanted to do, and they're showing me that suppression, and there's that turning in card and the receptivity card. So, and what have I been saying about the feeling of the flip side of what your heart's wanting to express after your solar return? The feeling, I feel like I could do it this way, right? So, there's something in there that's going to be able to make it a little more easeful for you to make the higher choice in that. You're crushing it, Carol. I love you. That was really deep. Um, okay. All right. Next question, Wesley, brother. I am being led to it down with my brother and have a come to Jesus meeting about his job search. What questions should I be asking him? He's a step 2 Pisces, by the way. Oh, God, we'll ask him how he feels about it. Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. Yeah, we need an Osho for this one. Yeah, you're going to have to be with your brother. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, he's swimming around big time. Wow, he's just hesitant on pulling the trigger, Wesley. And that's the come to Jesus about it. And they're giving me the vision. I haven't even pulled a card yet, Wesley. Like Pisces just has to throw it out there. He's apprehensive to even put it out there. So, flies on shit, throwing it at the wall, throwing it at the wall. And the come to Jesus is like, bro, You got to take some action here, because the lack of action is what's keeping him stuck. He's just got to, even if there are no mistakes, there's always learning, right? Saturn ruled Wesley, brother. Okay. For Wesley's brother, questions to ask him. You're going to have to ask him what he feels about it. And we pulled a soul card for him. This is the existence card. Listen to the shift. You got to be sensitive with a step two, Pisces, right? Or he'll just keep swimming and swimming around in the fishbowl. Be like, okay, you are here for a very unique purpose, right? Uniqueness, Aquarius. All right, Pisces. So, yeah, and this full moon is in their subconscious, 12th house, right? So, your brother has had in heart, he's so sweet. He's so afraid just to pull the trigger because his inner child is afraid he's going to make a mistake. It's like, just remind him, Saturnian ruled brother, that there are no mistakes. It's just learning. But he's got to start pulling the trigger and putting it out there, knowing that just him putting it out there is going to help him understand that his existence is needed, right? Because he's so swimming around, he's afraid to even put himself out there. So he's not even taking the action to do it. And it's like, just throw it out there. If it sticks, great. If it doesn't, okay. And he's here to fulfill a very specific purpose that's very needed, that he's forgotten about because he's not even putting himself out there. So he can't even see that he's really needed for the unique being that he is. Does that make sense, Wesley? So, discerning, loving kid gloves around the Pisces of encouragement. Be like, bro, you're so ready, man. You've been swimming around on this for a while. If it sticks, it's meant. If it doesn't, it's not. But nobody knows that you're here and available. So you got to just take that initiative, and ask him how he feels about what. Because he's so overwhelmed with the feelings of it, he can't even prioritize. So that's what you're going to help him with, Wesley, in that discernment, helping him discern what's most priority, what makes him feel the best. The one that makes him feel the best the most pulls the trigger on that one first. Does that make sense? Yeah, he's just got to start putting himself out there, and he's terrified. So go easy with him. All right. Mhm. I'm having to give some tough stuff today. All right, Elena, I saw the card you pulled for Pisces, but for me, what should I focus on to release on this full moon? You want to know what the cards have to say. All right, for Elaine to release. For Elaine to release on this full moon. We're keeping it tough with you, Pisces. Keeping it tough for Elaine to release on this full moon. She wants to know what she needs to let go of. Ah, this is interesting. Letting go of the adventure. That's interesting, because the adventure is the childlike adventure, right? And you're asking what to release. So that's interesting. Releasing the perception that it's not an adventure is what you're supposed to let go of. That's paradoxical, Pisces, because everything is an adventure when we allow it to be, right? Even going to the grocery store can be an adventure, right? Because this is a very childlike energy. So you're being asked to, in your subconscious, let go that I've got to adult. Adulting is not fun, or adulting is such a chore. It's like, okay, I got to do my taxes. All right. Woo! How am I going to make this fun? How am I going to turn this adulting into an adventure, right? So you're needing to let go of the perception of adulting, the perception of being a parent, the perception of being a business owner, the perception of having to do it alone. there's a lot of freedom in doing it alone, right? So there's a lot of subconscious stories that are being asked for you to let go of those stories so that it can become an adventure. All right, Elena, I hope that makes sense. My goodness, we got some big stuff. Teared up during that, Carol. Yeah, yeah, there's a big one. It was deep. Okay, I love you. I'm glad that helped. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Wesley. I really appreciate y'all getting back in. Oh, hi, Annie. That's Leah. Oh, happy birthday, Annie. I'm so glad that makes sense, Wesley. Yeah, you're doing some good discerning. Hi. I've got about 10 more minutes for questions if anybody wants to ask one. Mom. She could make I invited her. I was like, Mom, you could sit on the couch and make a cameo. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay. So, oh, I'm so glad you love it, Elena. Yeah, it's something like that. All right. Well, we're hitting it. It's the tough stuff that's hitting best today. And I'm good at the tough love. I'm good at the gentle love. I'm good at the stand down love. I'm good at the stand up love. I'm doing my best, working on it more and more for myself, first and foremost. I'm a progressed Cancer, so boy, do I understand my mom more like ever before. Yeah. Okay. So let's, mhm. Okay, that's interesting. That's new. All right, we're going to pull a general one for humanity, all of humanity for this full moon in Aquarius for the week ahead. And we're using Brittany's deck. So, general for all of humanity for this week ahead. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever pulled this one. And this is perfect. Mercury goes direct on Monday. Keep your thoughts positive. Keep your thoughts positive. Keep your thoughts positive. Mindfulness. Keeping our thoughts positive now and forevermore, right? And that takes a lot of observation, takes a keen eye, keeping our thoughts positive. Even if it looks like a shitstorm, keep the thoughts positive. Keep them detached. Oh, that's interesting. Is that true? Not 100%. Oh, I want to actually get some insight on that. Look at that. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. All right. I'm going to keep my thought thinking positive on this. I'm going to keep it positive. So, using our mind for the tool it's meant to be. Okay, yes. Thoughts becoming things. Yes, Annie. Okay, Carol has a second question. What is holding me back from wanting to be seen? Focusing on something that's holding you back. Literally, that card I just pulled. Keep your thoughts positive. So this is the trick of the mind, like just that question, Carol. What is holding me back from wanting to be seen? The focus on something is holding you back from wanting to be seen. So, keeping the focus, and I'm going to pull a card on you for this, Carol. I'm going to pull and this started coming in last week with the way we even asked the questions, right? What's holding me back? The focus on something's holding me back. That's the thing. Like keeping the thoughts positive is I am so excited to be seen. I am ready to be seen, like shifting it from what's not there and the lack of it to what you do want to have there, right? Saturn, our discernment, is retrograde. It's going to get a huge test for us when it goes back into Pisces, y'all. This is deep, deep consciousness work. And I'm going to pull a card for you. What can help Carol be better seen? What can help Carol be better seen? Woo! Breakthrough. Breakthrough, Carol. Breakthrough. Oh my gosh, I forgot. It's okay. break on through. Oh, that Doors song. Break on through, break on through, break on through to the other side. And that makes sense. That's a consciousness breakthrough. And look, there's a lion in here with a feather. Breaking through to the other side. Breaking through to the other side. I am ready to be seen. I am ready to be heard. I am ready to be witnessed. I am ready to help. I am ready for my gifts to be shared. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And that's a breakthrough in consciousness, Carol. And it's literally as simple as saying, oh, whoops. I was using all my faculties, focusing on what wasn't here. And the redirect. That's the breakthrough. Yeah. So I am ready to be seen. What else can I create that will allow me to be more seen? What else can I create that will allow me? See how we're all so like, boop, boop, boop. I'm talking to myself here too. What can I allow and what action can I take to facilitate more visibility? Like all these words are more affirming, more towards that breakthrough, right? And once you break through with that, Carol, off to the races. Off to the races. Whoo! All right. Oh, we got another question here. Kathy, do I need to change direction in my business? If so, to what? More focus on your business. That's first. All right. All right. Osho's coming in for the second round, Kathy. Yes, focusing on what we want. Like that's literally so important, you guys. And I catch myself all the time. I'm starting to get crabby. I'm starting to get crunchy. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, damn it. I did it again. Okay. Deep breath in, stop, refocus, right? Deep breath in, stop, refocus, right? So, Kathy, in what I pulled for you for the first reading was focusing on your business, numero uno. Yeah. Focusing on your business, numero uno. Does she need to change direction in the business? Yeah. Yes. You're already feeling that, Kathy. You're already feeling that. Like you're feeling the redirect. And literally that's what came in first. And that came in your other reading just 15 minutes ago. That you're focusing so much on the job that you're not focusing on your business. So that's the main redirect, right? Because you've been getting nudges from your intuition to focus on it, because there is something that you can refine in order to better define, right? Drawing that boundary so it's got a safe place for it to blossom. But the biggest redirect is less focus on the job and more focus on your business, your gift, your talents. And you've already been feeling those nudges. And I think that's where the perseverance and, let your wild child out and dance, like so you can bring that more fun focus onto what you really want to create. Okay, I'm so glad that helped, Carol. Okay. Hi, Samuel. Thank you for joining in. Happy Friday. Thank you. Hey, everybody, remember to like, subscribe, and share if this is supporting you. If you want to donate by my little Venmo there, greatly appreciated. I love you all. Yep. Okay. Was there another question? Step 1, focus on it. Yep. Feeling changes, though, and not sure what. Just the focus on it, your intuition is saying focus on it. So Aquarius moon, detach from it emotionally so that you can get new eyes on it, right? Getting those new eyes. And there's a grand trine in air with this full moon, so that's communication from spirit. Uranus is in it. We've got Mars, our ego, like, all right, ego, come along, you're doing great, I love you. Our relatedness with our ego, the ego's it's not gonna get killed or go away. It's coming with us. So let's nurture it to be the best ego it can be. All right. So we pulled a general for everybody. Okay, we're almost there. We pulled a general for humanity for the week ahead. Let's do one more from Osho to wrap us up because Osho does it so well. All right, Osho, a general for humanity for this week ahead. Woo! All right. I was like, please give us a soul card. And we got one. Integration. Look at this one. Okay. And this is no joke. This is an octahedron, which represents the air element. The air element, higher communication, Mercury's going direct. Air element using the octahedron shape to help us grieve. Air is in the lungs, grieving all that is not serving us so we can honor the masculine, feminine, so we can transform all of these energies, then integrate everything that we've witnessed for the highest timeline for all. That's the goal, everybody. Integrating our own shift from the inside out for the highest timeline for all of humanity. I don't care what you believe. I don't care where you're at in your life. It is possible when you do your own inner shift work. It affects the entire collective. It's an inside out process, and we're doing great no matter what we're getting thrown our way. And we all said yes to this. So let's hold each other in the field, love each other in the field, hold each other some more, feel our feelings, do the inner work to affect the outer for this inside out process. Woo! Ending it with a bang, everybody. Ending it with a bang. Oh, Samuel's got a question. Cheese and rice. Samuel, should I go with the first or second option in my finances? All right, I got to honor you, Samuel. You asked a question and you popped in. Samuel, first or second? This is okay, hold on. First option is here. Second option is here. Okay. Oh, I was feeling the second option. The first option, you're doing it because of past programming. And the second option, these are both soul cards. So you've been percolating on this, Samuel. The second card is the rebel with a cause. Second option, rebel with a cause. First option is past. Second option is new and more freedom and sovereignty, and kind of kick ass, Samuel. All right, sweetie. I hope that helped you. My bladder's talking to me, y'all. That means I'm done and I get to go have fun with my family at the pool and my friends. And I'm so excited. If y'all need a personal reading, go to my website, KristenWriter.com. You want to buy the Platonic Sound program, you'll have to join me on the next one, Noru. Thank you so much for popping in. I am closing it down for my own self-care, and I love you all so much. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Lots of love. See you next week at 12:30. Yay, Samuel.